Today we'll be dealing with an issue with the electrical windows that does not work, does not go up and down. And I heard a twang and a whoosh and the window just came down. So I'm thinking that the wire must be broken, which is the reason why I bought a brand new set over there, right? So this is a Citroen C3 from 2010-11, I think, yeah. And before doing anything, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about charging. You see, this here is a charger. Don't go cheap, buy a good one, it'll save your life, okay? Whenever you're working on a vehicle like this and you need to be using electricity from the battery itself, always charge it, okay? There's nothing to it really. You just open up here, well, on the citroen of course, you just open up here. Here's your battery. Right, see? You have a positive and a negative. Negative being this one, and positive being this one. Always put on your positive first. There you are. I'll tell you what this is just in a bit. Yeah. And then you can put on your negative. There we are. Okie dokie. There we go. And this, you can place that here. This is a sensor that tells you if your battery gets superheated. With this charger, it'll just shut off and there'll be no more charge, so the battery will be staying just fine, right? Okay, so let's put on power on this here charger. And we'll see that now it's acting at normal, and we have, well, at the beginning of the stages, if you recharge it and a battery completely, it will end up lighting up here. I'm not thinking we'll be going that far today though, because we'll be working on this vehicle for an hour maybe. So, but it's a good thing I put this on, right? See? Next would be the power windows. It's on the front side. I bought this from the company called autodoc.com. I've done this before. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not so good. This is the second time I buy this piece of equipment, so this is not so good really. But this it's been modified quite a bit, because the wire inside here is now protected. The one I bought looks like a well, a bow really. So, but this is what we'll be doing today. We'll be putting that into that. Okay, let's go. So to get this job done, this is the tools that we would need to be using to get this job done, right? And this is what we call a category 2. 5 being very, very difficult and 1 being simple. And this is a category 2. And why is that? It's a category 2. Well, it is because you will be needing tools. You have a cutting tool, you have your drill with the drill bit, and you have this is a gasket scraper. It's not used for this, but hey, I'll show you anyways. Of course, the spare part. And we have a different variety of torque screwdrivers. That is what's used today, mostly. And of course, a cup of coffee, unless you want something else. So what's needed? This is what's needed, right? To be able to get to inside the door frame here, because that's where the engine is put. And that's what we'll be dealing with. You can see, if you look, bonus, lovely. See, there's one down here, right over here. Okay, maybe you can't see it, but there is one then there, actually, a screw there. And you have screws on the side here. And the rest is clamps, right? And we'll be dealing with this with the torque screwdriver. Well, we probably couldn't see anything there, but there is. But we will be doing this. So I'll be taking off this, and I'll show you the next phase. And again, don't be discouraged. Just because it looks difficult does not mean that it is difficult. Okay? You can do this. You got this. Right? Right. I secure the windows this way because I do a little clamp here, as you see here, a little clamp extra. Because if it's out here, the tape will start to loosen itself, and it'll just come down. Right now, it's fixed. I mean, it can't remove it can't go anywhere. And you can see, you can work here with your fingers, and the window is up here, really, right up here. See? Okay. So, again, the next will be drill, 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 out. Right. Let's go. Going the right way around. There we go. Next one. Now, the engine itself also have a electrical connection. You need to pull that off as well, of course, so you can get it off the entire installation, which needs to be lifted up and worked out. Okay, let's take a look at this. Perhaps I'll need a little bit of tool in here. There you go. Twit! There we go. Apparently, I missed one right here. So now it should be free to go up and out. There we go. See? And tilt it and get it out. Wow. That is broken. There's lots of things in here. Well, okay, let's get it out. Let's get it out. There we go. Right, so this is good. Let's place this on the workbench and exchange the engine. Right, now you see you have the engine there. It needs to be put over here. And they don't look exactly the same, do they? No, they don't. But I hope they'll work anyways. It's because it's supposed to look like that, this way around, see? Now that looks similar, more or less. This is protected, this was not. So when you slam the door a bit too much, I didn't do that because I was angry, I just, the wind took it. Anyways, this was enough to get it unraveled. So we'll be doing this in a different way. And you can see this is slightly different here because we drilled out rivets, right? But this is now bolts. So that should be, well, better in some ways, and then again, I'm a bit apprehensive. And now, is it really the same thing? But we're guessing that it is. So let's try that anyway. Okay, let's do it. torque. There we go. There's the 3 gears, as you see here. Right, there you have it. And when you put it in your car, it'll be like that. Click, bolts, and a screw. Let's get back in the vehicle. Okay, so here we have it. Let's see if we can get this slide back in there. Well, you know, let's see if we can find the bolt holes. There's one. That's the second one. Wow, this might actually fit. What do you know? Screw this in here. There we go. And this one up here. And the bolt. This is called a nut. And this is a bolt. Alright, so let's get that in there. Again, do not over tighten. You don't get a second chance. Let's get this in here. Let's give it a snook. There we go. And this one. There we are. There we are. Last one. Do this by hand. If you do this with a device, you might break it. But of course, if you know what you're doing, you know what you're doing. So there we have it. That is secured. These are secured and this is secured. We can put on the electrical wire once more. We can take off the adhesive tape. Of course. There we are. Right, okay. Here, we got to get to this. So let's just put the window down now, nice and easy. See? Here she comes. And the hole is right there, so hopefully it just go click, and that's it. There you have it. See? Right. So now we should be able to put on the ignition and test to see if the window itself works. Let's try and do that. Ignition. And I hit the button. Oh, what is it? Down it went. Let's help it all the way up. Now I know where its up position is. And the bottom position. That's just one flick of a switch, see? There we go. You just replaced it. And the procedure, of course, is the other way around. Put this on, put in the screws. Make sure that these fantastic little knobs here, you see this one's bent, get into these, okay? You've done a marvelous job. See, told you can do it. And there you have it, the end result. Again, if you feel apprehensive in doing something like this, then don't do it. It's just, this is not too difficult. And if someone tells you you can't do it, well, that only tells them their limits, not yours. Okay? Don't get discouraged. Just try anyway. I know you can do it. Let's get back to the battery status. This has taken around about an hour to change this out, right? And we came from the very bottom there, from almost empty to almost full. If you have a battery in your car that goes, when you can start it once and then you can't start it again, and you put on a charger like this one and you go from here to here within 20 minutes to half an hour, you better change that battery, because that does not work. You have charge for one more start and that's it. Okay? A full charge from the end to the very end takes at least, if it's a good battery, an hour, maybe even 2 hours. And for the buses and trucks and whatnot, it will be, sometimes it takes a full day. Right? So, next step, taking off, of course, the charger, put on the plastic bits, down with the hood, shut the door, get in, get out, get home. Yeah? Thank you for watching, and again, try. Okay?